Hello and welcome back to Cardboard Decoy plays Kerbal Space Program. Now let's see, where were we? We're gonna go ahead and stick this huge old parachute on there. Yes, okay, so things are about to get a little complicated. Bear with me. I have no idea what I'm doing, as per the usual. Why won't you attach there? This is very strange. Huh, there's no node on the bottom of this thing. No? No? Weird. I don't quite understand, to be totally fair. Okay. Yeah, there's a node there, and it looks like there should be a node there, but hold on, I'm gonna leave. Because I scrapped the thing I started making last episode, and I was like, okay, let's think this through. We're gonna try to do a couple interesting things. So we want to do this right, and then I scrapped it, and I might have bugged it out a little bit. Okay, so let's see, utility, parachute. Yes, there's the node. Okay, I was like, come on node, I know you're there. Structural, yes, this will be for re-entry purposes, so we will do this number. Okay, actually, you know what? We'll do a little bit of science since we're up there, while we're up there, just because, why not? There's, you know, waste not, want not, beggars can't be choosers, etc., and so on. Hitchhiker storage container, Clampatron docking port, none of the stuff we need just yet. Okay. It's very tiny, but that will work. Okay. And, yeah, let's leave that like that. No? This is tough stuff. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna leave that like that. We're just gonna deal with it. And then we'll do a couple thermometers. And then one radio transmigraph, whatever they call it. Nope, we want singular, there we go. I could have just as easily right-clicked, but whatever. And a couple mystery goo containers, which will throw off the balance of our craft, so we need to make sure that's on there correctly. There we go. You'll notice a new command pod also allows for 3 Kerbins. So there we go. We have Edwell Kerbin, who is pretty freaking crazy over there. He's full courageous and full stupid. So if you want to be dumb, you gotta be tough, and so on. Definitely holds true. I believe we found his family motto, if you will. And we don't need a grabbing unit. Photovoltaic panels should probably put some on there. So let's go ahead and we're gonna go nuts with the batteries real quick. Electronics are definitely becoming more and more prevalent in importance at this point. So, but if we don't have science, we're not going to be able to get them. So, I'm just trying to think of, this is going to kill a couple birds, and what I'm thinking is we put this science, well, we start out with this science thing, right? And then we set it up so that it's a refueling depot that allows ships to come and go down to the moon wherever we so please and go back up, process information, and send it back very easily. And yeah, Bob's your uncle. We end up with basically all the science we can possibly get from the moon, and then we deorbit it and watch it explode. So everybody wins, basically. That seems like maybe the best idea on the planet that I could come up with. So let's go structural. We want an adapter for this, not that one. This one? Yes. Okay. Let's first of all do some docking ports. I'm trying to do this as relatively quickly as I can here. Oh god, I wish you would just bind to the stupid thing instead of making me guess. It makes me a little bit nervous just because I can't tell exactly where it's centered. There we go. That looks pretty damn centered. Looks about as centered as it's gonna be. Okay, there we go. That's docked. There we go. Very good. Very, very good. Alright. This is going to be huge. Like, this is basically... I mean, this payload is probably already ridiculous. Like, I don't know how much this is supposed to weigh. Let me see. Science. I do believe it is very heavy, though. Mass is... Well, 3.5 isn't that heavy, I guess. Let's see. 0.2. Well, no, 3.5 is huge. Let me do... Control... Where is pods? There we go. Yeah, mass 4.12. It's lighter than this thing, but this is still getting really, really heavy. Let's go, how much does this weigh? This is, well, 36. Okay, it doesn't weigh nearly as much as a giant. jug of gasoline there. Yes, I chose jug as my functional word there. Alright, there's going to be a couple interesting things that we need to take into account with this design as well. There we go. And what I mean by that is, what I want to do is I want to undock from both sides here, clearly. And then I want to be able to dock with whatever fuel I have left that got me into orbit around the moon with this thing. So, other docking port. And then send it careening back to Kerbin. So, this is going to be, just hold on. It's going to be awesome. Just wait. I'm going to be that guy and just be like, oh, hold on, just wait, man, seriously, don't make fun of me yet. It's going to be cool. You're going to wish you didn't make fun of me. Well, maybe not that guy specifically, but you know what I was going for, damn it. Okay. Let's see. So there's the other docking port. Okay. And then a few more docks here. Yeah, we have it on angle snap to help out things a little bit. Angle snap is not a bad thing, for sure. Okay. And like so. And this one's going to need its own antenna as well. So let's do that. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and basically just slap some batteries on here. It's going to limit the aesthetic pleasant stuff. It's going to make it look uglier, but we're just going to strap a bunch of batteries to it for right now. Until we can put an appropriate docking port, or use one of the docking ports for, say, power expansion or something. So that'll be in the future, and then we'll just add a bunch of satellites and stuff, and that'll be really good. But in the meantime, we're going to do things the cheap and easy way, which is add a bunch of small panels right here. That doesn't look too bad. And a bunch of small panels right here. Alright. So this thing is basically self-sufficient and can process all kinds of science. It's gonna be real good. I'm hoping what this means is that not only can we board it and then send back our hold on, crew, empty parts with crew capacity, mobile processing lab. Yeah, we're gonna add him and him. So they're gonna be permanent space representatives. So Dudkul Kerman and Froven Kerman, congratulations, you've been selected to live in space, kind of like Jeb, but with maybe a for accoutrement. So yeah, or Jeb. Let's see. I'm thinking, does it need anything else? We've got that row of batteries and some solar panels, and we're not going to be using that much energy, so it should be totally fine, really. Mobile processing lab. Yeah, that's a pretty decent payload. Okay, so now the next big thing is being able to make sure this thing can move on its own. And what we're going to do in order to pull that off is going to be, let's see, reaction, burners, attitude control thruster. Yeah, I'm like, is this going to work like a normal RCS? Because these look like real RCS, right? Fires in any direction, that kind of a deal. Drag, that has like terribly little drag. Crash tolerance is much higher than these. Max temperature, mass. Do we have anything else? Thrusters. Aha! Thruster power 1112. Thruster ISP requires. Oh, that's right. That requires liquid fuel to operate. All right. So we're just gonna add. We're gonna add 6 around the edges of this thing. We're gonna put it like. I want to put it like right on the very edge here, because we're gonna use that to dock. It's going to be very important that we do that correctly as well. That's not centered at all. What am I doing? There we go. Okay, and then we need propulsion. What are you? You're a monopropellant tank. Perfect. Alright, what do we want to attach you? Well, let's do a bunch of small ones first. And then we'll try to put you on the underside here. Yeah, look at that. That's handsome. I like the way that looks indeed. Look at that. Doesn't that look like science future? Do you know nothing of future science? Now you will know the future of science through the way of Kerbal Space Program. Yes, sure. Alright, okay, so that's going to allow us to dock, hopefully. We're going to have to keep the RCS to a minimum. Ideally, that's what we should do. And then we'll worry about, like, future monopropellant use and everything on this thing at a later time. But we do need to make sure this does have at least some jets to work off of. So this looks slightly more like the future. Okay. And yeah, we'll just do like that and like that. That should work pretty well. Okay, where's our center of mass really? That's still pretty high. Okay, that's fine. That's going to change here pretty quickly. What do I want to do in order to establish this guy? We're definitely going to need pretty much all the fuel in the world here. Now we can go a little nuts. There we go. Okay, so that... There we go. That undocks from that, and then undocks from this thing, and then we use RCS to hopefully maneuver our way back to the gas tank afterwards. Actually, we do need monopropellant tanks on this guy, don't we? Let's go ahead and do it like this. And you know what? Close enough. Hopefully that's not blocking the solar panels too terribly. But yeah, that should be enough monopropellant to keep this thing cruising around and whatnot. And then in the future, if I really feel like it, I'll install a mod that allows me to add and remove pieces in space as is necessary. Otherwise, this thing is getting rather hideous, I will admit. Let's see. Does this have physics? Mass and drag. Yep, it has physics. Okay, so we can't just put them wherever we want willy-nilly and then expect to have reasonable results. But yeah, you know what? This is the basis of the future. So we'll you know, all stops are taken out at this point. All right. And oh, that's a monopropellant engine too. Thrust is 20. Oh, interesting. So I do, it's got a lot of thrust, so that's why I'm kind of looking at it and going, maybe that is useful? I am not sure. Well, we won't worry about it too much. Hold on, let me go. Let's see, we want to, what am I looking for? It's a sub-assembly. We want structural. What am I doing? Pay attention. Okay. No, that's not necessary. Let's do this number. This is 6. Yes. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to make sure we have a ton of fuel for interplanetary phase so we can position this thing exactly where we want it. That's going to be tantamount to our success. Okay. And then, does that need... I'm wondering if it can control on its own. We can put pilots in it, so I'm assuming that it can be controlled just fine from its actual location. I'm just wondering if we actually need to be concerned about something. Say, like, if we leave them there, are they going to be able to control the RCS thrusters, basically? That's a real concern I have. Alright, propulsion. Let's control. There we go. Propulsion. Yeah, I was on it already, I know. 200... Big guy, little guys. Alright, interplanetary stage. Easy peasy. Structural. And there we go. And there we go. And there we go. Yeah, that might cause a little bit of spin, but that's a price I'm willing to pay in this case. And we'll do like so. And then like so. I'm keeping them spaced out because for some reason I feel like it could definitely cause engines to explode at some point. Although I don't think we really have to worry about it until we get to 8. So if we had 8 engines around, that might be enough to actually explode this center engine. So let's go structural. Alright, there's our interplanetary phase. Easy peasy. Whoa! 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 No, sir. Thank you. Okay. Now, we're going to need a truly obnoxious amount of thrust in order to get back, or get out of orbit here, because this thing is probably about 1,018 pounds right now. Let me see, where's our center of mass? Oh yeah, it's very much so centered on this, but that doesn't mean that this is necessarily light. Let's see. Okay, how do we want to do this? You know, I kind of want to use these. Like, I haven't used these nearly enough, so I think I'm going to now have my chance to do so. 2,000 thrust versus 1,500. So before we tried to double up the engines, and that had kind of mixed results. So, or not double up the engines, but the fuel tanks. So let's try that again, except with something that looks like it might actually be made for that. So if we do this, and then, here we go. I've been looking for an excuse to try these for a while now. Oh, it's not going to fit. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Let's see, will it fit like this? No. Okay. Let's go ahead and take you down to 4. Whoa. booster engines. Where are you? There you are. Whoop. There we go. And then more boosters. Whoops. That's the wrong act. No. Stop it. There we go. Almost had it. This is annoying. Okay, here's how we're going to do this. We're going to reorganize it so that it is like so. Yes, okay. So that's 8,000 thrust versus a potential 7.5. So it's just a little bit of extra thrust. That's not exactly anything that's, you know, worth writing home about or whatever tropes that you ascribe to for that particular scenario. So, but we're going to try it anyways just because I'm kind of curious. Yes, we want to do that. Yeah, there we go. Everything's tied down. And now, just for a test run, we're going to send it off into what will hopefully be space. And either it will work or we'll go back to the drawing board. And I'll still feel pretty good about the content for this episode. Speaking of which, I was just trying to make sure I'm not going too far over. It looks like we're about at time, though, so this will be wrapping up shortly. Let me go ahead and do this. Alright, and then balance it out a little bit. Alright, and then we need to balance this. There we go. Okay, cool. Everything should be relatively anchored. Let's go ahead and we will call this the Space Station Base. Yep. And cannot proceed. Oh, yeah, that's right. We destroyed it. That's good. It's like before I destroyed it again, it's a good thing it reminded me that it's destroyed. Just do this number real quick. Yep, no big deal there. And then let's go. Save. No. Okay. Exit. How do we fix it? I don't understand. What do you want me to do about it? Repair for a bunch of money. Yeah. Okay. So we took care of that. That was real. That was, man, blew a hole in my pocket. Seriously though, 64,000 is a lot. See, let's go ahead and now we will launch. And are you ready? I am ready-ish. I'm as ready as I'm... Oh, that's actually really stable. I'm fairly pleased. Okay, there we go. We're going to pump the thrusters up to full. And that worked out better than it probably should have, seeing as how I forgot to add any control systems to that. And look at that. It's actually providing an entirely reasonable amount of lift for us. So, yeah, I guess nothing to worry about. Let's see how far this actually gets us. I don't have any, like, control fins or anything, so this could be very interesting very quickly. Let's go ahead and turn on SAS just to be safe. Alright. Well, I wish this was enough thrust, but actually it's not. We're going pitifully slow for the amount of progress we need to be making here. We're not even at 200 meters per second yet. So either we need to add some solid fuel boosters to this and go from there, or yeah. Let's see. So that's the upper tanks. We still have fuel down here in these guys. So they themselves are fuel tanks. So that's part of the fun. And why they would, in theory, be pretty useful. Okay. Thrust limiter. There's no thrust limiter. Shut down engine. Lock gimbal. No, we don't want to do any of those things. How's our height doing up here? Now, this is definitely just a test run. Contemplating how I want to move forward with this, because this is still more thrust than 5 engines would be, 5 normal engines. So it's like I could I'm just gonna add more to the sides maybe. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to add a bunch of solid rocket boosters. That's all there is to it. And oh hey, we hit our requisite height. let's see what happens. Let's see if we can actually pull off in orbit with this. This might actually be alright. Alright. We got pretty amazing control, too. This thing provides a crap ton of torque. And not necessarily the control wheel style torque where we're extra wobbly. It's just controlling the whole damn ship very nicely. So, oh, yeah, we're still gaining a ton of height, which I want to kind of avoid doing much more of. Yeah, there we go, that's fine. We'll point a little bit down. Alright. We're still gaining height. Jesus, just don't gain any more height. How hard can it be? Alright. We'll end this test flight and then I'll do some modifications and we'll go on to the next episode. But I kind of like the way this is working already. Like, this is definitely much better than you could have convinced me a second ago. Alright, let's go ahead and stop that for now. And then fast forward. Yeah, we are real high up. That is nutso. Alright. Oh, slow down all the way. And yes. And will you look at that? We have periapsis. Alright. 149, 163. That's pretty damn close. How much fuel do we have left? We have a reasonable amount of fuel left. Gee willikers. Will you look at that? Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and try to maneuver. If we can get it just this one go, I'm going to be very pleased. And then we'll play around with docking and see how that works. Not to be too terribly suggestive. Let's see. Our axis is way off. Okay, let's go ahead and try to meet in the middle somewhere. Alright, we need to... Well, you know what? We can just do it like... We'll adjust... No, that's not going to happen. Okay. Yeah, we'll need to... You know what? Yeah, we'll continue this. I'll make my adjustments anyways and try to fix a few little tiny details and add fins and whatnot. But, yeah, otherwise, that was a really good launch. I feel pretty good about the amount of fuel we have left and everything. But we'll give it another shot, and then we'll start building this freaking space station. Oh my god, we got a fucking space station, guys. It's going to be great. So yeah, this has been Cardboard Decoy playing Kerbal Space Program. If you've enjoyed, please do like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Have fun.